What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we need to take a little bit of a look at some new Digitama, which have been revealed for the upcoming Great Legend expansion of the Digimon card game. Of course, we did have the news just yesterday, very good news as far as I'm concerned, that we are going to be getting this fourth set of the Digimon TCG, exactly like Japan is, except ours is going to be coming in on May the 7th. We are going to get their exact BT4 set. Their exact BT4 set. We're getting the same cards in the same set. It's really awesome. It also means that we can look at this and go, right, well, in May, when the set drops, this is what we're getting. As far as I'm concerned, that's a pretty awesome, wonderful, fun, lovely thing. So, these new Digitama then. Who have we got? Well, our translations come from the lovely Ensan Gaming channel over on Facebook. And we got 3 new lovely Digitama, 1 for red, 1 for blue, and 1 for yellow. So we might as well have a little bit of a start off with Sakutamon? Does that work? Is that the English name? I think it is. It's a weird head with 2 blade arms because why would you not want one of these? So we got a red Digitama here, and like all Digitama, what we have is 1 inheritable skill. And the inheritable skill here says, once during your turn, if this Digimon is a level 7 Digimon, when you attack, you gain 1 memory. Now, as always, we're limited to once during your turn. They're very careful with these skills to give extra memory for fairly obvious reasons. What they don't want is somebody to basically break the entire game by just having a whole bunch of skills that give them constant memory and have a perpetual engine, but in terms of memory. And the thing is, this is designed very simply for Digimon in terms of level 7s that evolve from red. And you know what? There are a bunch of level 7 Digimon that evolve from red. Well, maybe a bunch is a bit of an exaggeration, but we've got Omnimon from set 1, which is clearly the best among them. Then, well, at least initially. And of course, we then got Omnimon Ultra S in the most recent set over in Japan. Plus, no, I'm lying to you, that was in BT3. So no, it wasn't the most recent set that's actually out. And we got Ragnar Lordmon as a level 7. So essentially here we got 3 different options for level 7s. And let's be honest, right? Omnimon, as we are at the moment, in the English language metagame, Omnimon, blatantly the best deck. It's the one everyone's getting really excited about. Now, will that stay? Arguably not, because honestly, Omnimon Ultra S is potentially taking over as the best card, or at least one of them. It's seeing a whole bunch of play. I'm seeing it pop up in a bunch of winning decks over in Japan. Ragnar Lordmon, again, is an option. I'm not seeing quite as much love for that one, but make no mistake about it, it's a very, very cool card, and it's one with a whole bunch of potential. So this is one that I think we can all get a little bit excited about. But this is another one of those, it's a very specific kind of card. If you're playing one of these decks that evolves into a level 7, and your goal is to evolve into a level 7, as opposed to playing 1 or 2 of them just as a backup attacker, you never know, it might come in useful. This is a great Digi-Egg. We settled on Digi-Egg, didn't we? If, however, you're not playing level 7s, or you're just playing the odd level 7 as a bit of a backup, and you have no real intention of actually attacking with it, then no, clearly this is not a particularly good option. But there's a bunch of level 7s that evolve from red, so I think this could be very, very nice indeed. Certainly one to keep an eye on. Now, moving over to the blue Digitama here, we've got, I want to say, Bukamon. Is that a thing? Let's go for that. Now, it is a very little Digimon. I think Bukamon is the English name here. Yes, it is indeed. Shout out, by the way, to digimon.fandom.com. It's a website I go and use to look up Digimon stuff. They're pretty awesome. And what we've got here is, again, one inheritable skill. When you are attracting, trash the Digivolution card at the bottom of one of your opponent's level 4 or below Digimon. So you can get rid of a level 3 or 2 from a level 4, or you can get rid of a Digi-Egg from a level 3. Nice! And the fact of the matter is, this is what blue decks do. This is what blue decks have been doing since we got the blue starter deck, which were the very first blue cards we ever got. If we head on over to Cocytus Blue, the blue starter deck, the first blue cards we ever got, we've got both a Gabumon and a Garurumon that can remove evolution sources when attacking. Now, this actually makes this Digitama fit in beautifully as a little bit of a theme here, because essentially what you do is you evolve this Bakumon into Gabumon into Garurumon, and then all of a sudden you're attacking, and then you've got 3 skills. One lets you remove an evolution source from a level 4 or below, one lets you remove an evolution source from a level 5 or below, and one lets you remove an evolution source from any Digimon you like. This is literally just carrying on the chain. Garurumon level 4, any Digimon. Gabumon level 3, but you can remove evolution from 5 or below, and this is a Digitama that removes evolution sources from 4 or below. And it fits beautifully. And we've seen this as the kind of thing that blue decks do. And if this is the kind of thing you're wanting to do, it's amazing. If you're going after evolution sources in the way so many blue decks do, and then using Matashida so your opponent's got a Digimon with no evolution sources, you gain a memory. And then using Garurumon, again, these are still just starter deck cards, whereby if your opponent has any Digimon with no evolution sources, you gain security attack +1. And you're just building up this deck nicely. If this is the kind of deck that you're looking to make, this is phenomenal. If it's not the kind of deck you're looking to make, probably don't. It really is as simple as that. It's a very, like we see this a lot from the Digitama. They're very, very specific kind of cards. But the fact of the matter is, if you're looking to remove Digivolution sources, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. We've got Uppermon, that if your opponent has any Digimon with no Digivolution sources, you get to draw 1 when you attack. And Uppermon is, at least in my estimation, and I know a bunch of people agree with me, the best of the blue Digitama so far. But that takes advantage of lack of evolution sources. It doesn't actually remove evolution sources. So you know what? I'm in favour, ladies and gentlemen. This one looks cool. I rather suspect you'll probably, if you're going down this route, have a combination of Uppermon and this. There we go. I like it. And the final one we've got to have a look at here, we have got a Koromon coming in, who is a yellow Digitama. And it's not the first time we've seen Koromon. It's the only one of these Digitama which is actually coming back, so to speak. All the others, the other 2 we've looked at, are brand new, never before seen in the TCG. Here, we've got the return of an old friend. And given that this was in the red starter deck, and the red starter deck is officially starter deck 1, and this is officially card 1 in starter deck 1, not including those pre-release promos, this is the first Digimon card, and now Koromon is back. But is it good? Well, when you attack, limited to once during your turn, if you have 3 or less security remaining, yes, it's another one of those yellow cards that activates if you've got 3 or more or 3 or less security, you attack and choose one of your opponent's Digimon to remove 1,000 power. Oh, it's one of those. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is one of those yellow cards. And we've seen, again, in the same way that blue remove evolution sources, that's what they do. Yellow lower power, that's what they do. This is the hook of yellow, and it has been again since the game launched, since right back in the starter deck. But just like we saw when we looked at blue a moment ago, we've not had a yellow Digitama with a skill that will lower the amount of power on one of your opponent's Digimon. We can take a look at the yellow starter deck, and there are a few in there that will. And again, we've got some inheritable skills we can kind of build up here in a similar kind of way. But how about Magna Rangemon level 5 when you attack? One of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 1,000 power for the turn. And that's on a level 5, not a level 2. But it always works rather than only if you've got X number of security and blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, we've got all of those cards that take advantage of lowering power down to 0, like the Tokamon from in the starter deck, that if the Digimon, one of your opponents, is dropped to 0, you gain 1,000 power, or the Patamon that gives you a memory in the same circumstances. Frankly, ladies and gentlemen, there is a lot to like about this one. And again, it's a very... well, it's a targeted card, like so many of these Digitama are. It is if you are playing a yellow deck that is aiming to lower power and take advantage of it, this is perfect, though, like I've said, there are other Digitama you may want to play alongside it. If you're not trying to do that, if that's not your goal, you're not going to play this card, and that's okay. Because you know what? This is fun. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen, 3 new Digitama. I think they're worth getting a little bit excited about, and I do think these are ones that could see play in decks. I don't know if any of them are absolute flat-out staples in every deck of a particular colour, but all of them, I believe, rather strongly, you could end up, well, seeing a bunch of play and popping them into decks. But now it's over to you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. I want to know what you think about all of these new cards, so do be nice and let me know in the comment section, would ya? Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at the Wossy. That's where we talk Digimon and a whole bunch of other card games. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all kinds of fun things. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wossy Plays.